Hi, friends. Very good day to all of you. So, today, the presentation that I am trying to give to you is what next after graduation. Like, a lot of you would be in your, final semester, final year, pre final year, and you would all be confused as to what steps to do next or what to do next, uh, about your career, about your life choices, because this is a very crucial stage. The things we do now, the steps that we take now, would determine how the next part of our life goes. Yeah. So first, to start with, what I would like to do is, yes, just like this lady, uh, just like this lady is showing that we are all confused about what career after engineering. But what I would say is there are a lot of options that we have. Here I have tried to divide the options into two part: technical and non-technical. Technical is basically various areas where you can use your technical knowledge and expertise, and non-technical, which you have acquired in engineering. And non-technical are basically various options where you need your graduation degree is enough, or and there are options where you don't need even a graduation degree, you don't need even a matriculation, any degree. Yeah, so let's go ahead with it. First thing, technical. What I would say is, as a mechanical engineer or as an automobile engineer or as an IT industrial production engineer, this is also this slide is only for those people, but also going forward, this presentation can also be used by seen or be relevant to those who are not from mechanical background. Yeah, learn these courses like CATIA, NX, SolidWorks, Abacus, ANSYS, Nastran. So why I'm emphasizing on this is because a lot of companies, they do their research and development using softwares now, because it helps to reduce the cost and it also improves the development time. So this would help you to be a part of their development, because if you're already ready, they would feel inclined to hire you compared to someone whom they would have to take and train. Places where you can learn this, obviously few many there are many websites out there. Few I have put, like Udemy, Coursera, Udacity. So you can always learn from these places. These help. Yeah. Now, another thing that I would like to say is, try to do courses in programming like Python, MATLAB, R, artificial intelligence, machine learning courses. Why? Because if you see, in coming time or in the current age, a lot of data is getting generated from a lot of different places, sensors, mobiles, everywhere. So to do these data analyze, to take out inference and to use these data to determine what to do, you need artificial intelligence and machine learning. So Python, why I'm suggesting Python is because Python is very easy to learn, and also it is very robust, and it is one programming language which can also be used for data analytics and is actually being very widely used for that. Very simple to learn. You can always learn in Udemy or Coursera, find a course. These courses would be around 400 to 500 to 600 rupees. The one course that I would suggest is Durgasoft. There is on Udemy. Yeah. And advantage, don't look at it as like 500 600 rupees of expenditure. Look at it as an investment that you are doing in your future. 500 rupees you would spend when you go out with your friend for one evening. So think of it like that. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, image processing, these are the future. So it helps if you are ready with it before you leave college. So it would give you an edge, because I assure you, maybe people in your friend circle are not doing it, but India is a huge country. A lot of people are doing it. So if you want to have an edge over a lot of other people, because once you do these courses, what would happen is, it would help you land jobs in these domains, and these domains are the future. So basically, if you are in a domain which is more growth prospect in future, your future would be a little more secure. Yeah. Yeah. Next, so defense services, which I can say is has a lot of scope. You can always join as engineers, as tech graduates. Yeah. and they pay very well. Apart from the pay, you have the feeling of serving the country, serving the motherland. And many of these places you are not even at the what do you call say, not even at border front where fight happen or war happens. So sometimes your parents would be like, we don't want to send our children to army or navy or air force because their life would be in danger. So many places you are not exposed to extreme dangers. Yeah. Similar, just like army, navy also has a lot of scopes entry for as general service or naval architecture, and all these applications are done online. So yeah, you can always go check online, apply online. Yeah, same with air force. Yeah, you can be as a flying, you can be in the flying branch, you can be in ground duty, you can be in technical, lot of scopes. Yeah. After these three, what I would say is suggest is as a technical person, what you could do is pursue further education. For pursue further education after bachelor's, yes, obviously the next course is masters in your field, in your domain. One exam that you should, if you are doing your graduation, you should also always give is gate. So if you get good scores in gate, it is a lot of advantage. Advantage number one, what I would say is you get an opportunity to work in a lot of PSUs. If you see over here, they pay very well, around 16 to 20 lakhs or 25 lakhs. They pay huge amount, much more than a lot of these private MNCs pay. Yeah. Another different type of PSUs, Maharatna, Navratna, Mini Ratna. You should always do your research, and you would, based on rankings, you would get these jobs. Even if you don't land up in the PSUs as jobs, if you can also get an opportunity to do your masters from prestigious institutions like IIT, NIT, yeah. And because if you would like to be in the technical domain, because these days technical expertise is what people need, and the more you study, the deeper knowledge you will have, the more knowledge you will gain, and also what you would gain is a clarity on what you want to do next with your technical career. Another thing what you can do is go abroad to do your masters. Go abroad to do your masters, because that would help you. If you do a masters abroad, you would have a lot of international exposure. Always helps. New teaching methodologies, new technologies that they are getting exposed to, and if you are good, you can always land a job there. Yeah. The lot of countries you can go. You can go to Australia, you can go to USA, you can go to Europe. You have to choose your poison, which country you want to go. Yeah. That is, I think, that is a way which a lot of people use to settle abroad. And after masters, if you have done if you do masters, if you are someone who still want to be, be involved in higher research, or you would like to build a career as a professor or as a lecturer, so that you are developing the future of the country, so you could always become professors, and these are very good positions. They pay well, and you have very high job security as professors. Yes, as technical, if you don't want to study more, if you don't want to write gate exams, and if you don't want to join army and all, you still have options to join public private sector. You would have jobs in your colleges, on campus interviews. If you are not able to get there, then you can always try off campus walk-ins, apply using different websites like naukri.com, etc., etc. Yeah. After technical, what I'd like to just move to non-technical part. One of the major scope or major option that many engineering graduates choose after engineering non-technical education, they all many prefer to use go for MBA, Masters in Business Administration. So unlike when we gave engineering, there are only a few exams which you have to write, not too many. There is a lot of uniformity, but when it comes to MBA, there is not a lot of uniformity. So different institutes have different their own exams. For example, if you see, the CAT exam is very famous for getting admission into IIMs. Similarly, ZAT over here is more for doing entering XLRIs. Yeah, and GMAT, if you have, see, GMAT is more for GMAT is more for to go abroad to study masters in business administration. Yep, we have a lot of school, lot of colleges in India like IIM's very famous. All of you know it there, but then there are many other SP Jain, ISB, a lot of colleges. So you can choose which one you want. Yeah, yeah, these are also yeah. And after these, after MBA, another option that you can have is once again I would bring to your notice different entry schemes for the defense services. Yeah, and they're a, a just a graduation degree is what you need for these entries. Uh, Thing is, in this entry where non-technical entry, you will have more competition because there will be people coming from BSc, BCom, BA, non-engineering backgrounds, yeah, non-engineering background graduates. So you'll have some competition over there. Same with Navy also, you have a lot of options, pilots, observer, even for women. Yeah, architecture, education, a lot of options you have even Navy also. And Navy has their own exam which is called INET, Indian Navy Entrance Test. Yeah. Same with Air Force. You have an exam called as AFCAT, very not very difficult to crack, and after you crack it, you can get selected. What I would like to show over here is point you to this section in the right. If you can see my cursor, um, you see the salary that people are withdrawing around 80,000, 85,000, 74,000. So this is a very high salary. As a fresher, when you are joining Air Force, you are getting, and this is some much higher than a lot of MNCs would give you. Yeah, fine. If you don't want to join, do technical, non-technical also you have, but you are someone who is very talented, someone who has a lot of skills. You are a good actor, you are a good dancer, you are a good musician. You can still have your career in acting, theater. You can still have a career in modeling. If you are someone who likes to travel a lot, you can be a air hostess or a flight steward, and you can also be a pilot. For that, there is a different exam for pilot exam which you can do. You can always, if you are a good dancer, you can be a dancer, and that is a lifelong career. And for these, yeah, you don't need to. You can even write a script. So if you are a storyteller, you can write scripts or movies. Or if you are someone who can visualize very well, you can write a screenplay, like how the script, when it has to be shown on a theater or when it has to be recorded for a movie, how it should look. If you have a very good voice, you can also try your career in singing. And I don't need to mention that if you are a good sportsman, you should or you could try to focus your career in sports, because in many colleges and universities you get seats under a sportsman quota. Yes, the most what do you call it, the most prestigious jobs which people, even after doing IITs and IIMs, after doing that also, which people want to come and take, are the civil services jobs. You can be an IAS, IFS, IPS, foreign service, police service, engineering service. Yeah, you are serving the nation. You have a lot of responsibility. You get a lot of power at your hand. You have direct exposure to the ground. Administration, you basically things you do would affect a lot of people in the day-to-day life. Immense responsibility, also a lot of competition, but do, if you are someone who want to serve the country, this is one of the most preferred avenues. So after this, similarly, you have other exams, yeah, for secretaries, commandants, yeah, all these various engineering positions, non-engineering positions. So you should look up to the UPSC website for these. Yeah. Similarly, you have SSC exams, which is basically for the post of sub inspectors, junior level inspectors, inspectors, audit officer, assistant audit officer, section officer. All these exams, if you look, they have very good salary also. Why I'm mentioning this is because these exams are basically very simple exams. You have to only you have to only write basic maths, English, quant, vocabulary, current affairs, all these things. These are something I think you can always work on even when you are in your engineering, because it helps you to crack other on campus interviews. Yeah. Now coming to railways. Railways, if you know, then railways is the biggest employer in the world. Railways is the only company or only corporation, you can say, which employs the highest number of people in the world. No other company or organization employs so much people as the Indian Railway does. So Indian Railways, always there is a lot of opening which comes across as junior engineers, chemical metallurgical assistant, traffic assistant, huge vacancies. And there is, if you see what I'm trying to show you over here is, you can apply for many positions till you are 33, and also there are positions where you can apply till you are 50, like general manager, section manager, and all these things. So these are, lifelong choices that you can do take. Yeah. Next, banking exams. All these nationalized banks, they have very transparent hiring system compared to private banks, because you everyone is open, everyone writes exam, and then based on the exam, based on the marks you get there, you are chosen. Yeah. So SBI has its own exam, then you have IBPS exam. Yeah. NABARD is a different exam, but yeah, all these exams, if you take it lot of you get basically a career in the banking sector, and these are very secure jobs overall. But yes, because they are non-technical, you also have a lot of competition. But since you are an engineering graduate, a lot of things in this exam, especially the maths part, would be very easy for you. Other sector where I can suggest is insurance. A lot of insurance companies in India: LIC, New India Assurance, Oriental Insurance, IRDAI, national, all these insurance companies also have exams to hire them, and people who get hired through these companies, they grow very, through these exams, people who get hired through these exams, they grow very rapidly in the organization. Yeah. Good opportunity, so you could also look at it from, and why these exams which I'm telling, all these government exams, they start from, say, January to April, May, they will start issuing forms. So you should start keeping your eyes open, start preparing now. Books are also very common, you can get them on Flipkart or Amazon or any local bookshop and start preparing. Yeah, if you are someone who does not want to work, if you are someone does not want to work in the government sector or in the private sector, or yeah, and you are someone who is basically very compassionate about the society, or someone who likes to give, someone who likes to work people, you know someone with a very big heart, I would say you can always join NGOs and work with them. For example, if you see over here, Greenpeace is one organization which works with on environment. Teach for India works in the field of education. Cry Child Rights and You works for child rights. PETA basically for animal rights, and United Nations is basically global. You can take global things they work on. So a lot of opportunities even in the NGO sector or corporate social responsibility or social responsibility sector. You could give this also a thought. If you are someone who cares about things, you should give this a thought. But bottom line is, do something that you are passionate about. Yeah. If you are passionate about people, animal, environment, education, then NGOs are a sector that you can go in. Another and the most important and the most common option that I would suggest to you is entrepreneurship, because as an entrepreneur, you get to choose what you want to do, how you want to do. You are in control, you are in the driving seat, you are taking decisions which are, yeah, you don't have to work for anyone, you are not responsible to anyone. Also in entrepreneurship, the reward that you get is proportional to the effort that you put. For example, if you put 16 hours instead of 8 hours a day, you may not get to double the income, but you will get like 150% or 170% the income. So entrepreneurship has lot of growth. The amount of growth that you have is limitless, especially now in India when you have all these people, with this, not in India but globally, people with ideas who start startups, and all these example like Flipkart, Amazon, and all these people who came up with the startup ideas and then they grew up to billion-dollar companies. So one more place where you can think of, if you think you can solve some problems with your startup, you can look at it. Yeah, there are also some risks, there are stresses, but there is nowhere in the world there's no risk, no gain. So the bigger the risk, the bigger the gains. Imagine if you have an idea and your startup ends up becoming huge. So instead of working for some company, you would be owner of $1 billion company. Yeah, that's it from my side. If you have watched the video till now on YouTube, I would request you to please subscribe. Please subscribe to the video and do connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere. Yeah. So thank you. That's it. If you have any comments or questions, and please do leave it in the comment below. I would try to reply. Thank you.